from every possible ethnic group. Did a focus group. And asked them what they thought about the Jewish people, what they thought about the state of Israel. And then they took the same focus group and exposed them to the truth of October 7th, to the events of October 7th, personal testimony, video, pictures about what happened on October 7th. Then they brought the group back together again. After watching the events of October the 7th, they were more hostile to Jews. And let me explain why. Okay, so it takes a while to figure this out. But unless you figure out that question, you don't understand the moment in which we are living. The reason they were more hostile is because for 3 decades now, if not longer, the progressive left has been teaching what a victim looks like. And if you are a victim in history of egregious, horrific wrongs like slavery or having your land taken if you're indigenous, then you are a virtuous victim forever. You can do no wrong. The world owes you forever. And then they're exposed to Jewish suffering. By the way, a similar thing happened with Holocaust education. Then you expose them to Jewish suffering. And if you're a New Yorker, what do you think? If you're a victim, what are you doing on the Upper East Side and in Long Island? We don't look like victims. And our story, the story of Jewish resilience, of suffering more recently and more egregiously than anybody in the Holocaust, and then rebuilding Jewish life, and building the state of Israel, and building Jewish communities, doesn't fit into the narrative of the progressive left. Because of the progressive left, if you're a victim, you shouldn't be doing so well. And if you're a victim, you shouldn't look white. Now, I got to tell you something. I don't know about you, but no one ever called my Zeta white. I'm not white, I'm a Jew. For hundreds of years in Europe, all we ever wanted, whether we were in Poland, all we wanted to do was be called a Jew, but they called us Jid. In Russia, all we wanted was to be called a Russian, and they called us Ivray. In Morocco, all we wanted was to be called a Moroccan, and they called us Yehud. In Germany, all we wanted was to be looked at like a normal German, so they called us Juden. They would never tell us we were part of the norm. Now that it's bad to be part of the norm, I hate that word, but now that it's bad because it means you're a privileged white, now all of a sudden we're white. The irony of anti-Semitism. And because of that, when they see pictures of a Jewish hostage being held in Gaza, they have to rip it down because the Jew's not allowed to be a victim because the Jew lives in Hampstead. The Jew lives in Côte St. Luc and the Jew lives in Westmount. We're not allowed to be a victim. That's why they were all so excited about that lie about Al-Shifa Hospital being bombed. Because, oh my God, we can now blame the Jew. The building was still standing. And the people who lied about that building are the same people giving media casualty numbers from Gaza every single day. And every single day those numbers are reported without any skepticism, without any cautionary tale that these are the same people that lied at the hospital. They've taken our greatest achievement and twisted it and turned it against us. Our greatest achievement is that we revere our history, but we're not prisoners of our history. We revere the past, but we're not prisoners of the past. We know how to build, and we know how to create. McGill University. You know who donated to McGill University. You know who helped build McGill University and Concordia University. You know whose names are there. We know how to build. We know how to create. We know how to contribute. What they know is how to destroy. So I leave you with one great piece of hope and optimism for people, because of people like Anthony Housefather and Gail and others who are leading this community. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. We're going to be more than all right. We're going to thrive, and we're going to flourish, and we're going to be stronger and more unified than ever. This too shall pass, and at the end of the day, we'll be standing strong and proud and unified. Thank you.